everyone, and welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. In this case, Pick a Harvest Buddy. I'm actually recording this on the first day of fall, so my kids and I did this little fall arts and crafts activity for fun, and I think they turned out so cute, and I thought they were the perfect thing to use for our pile selections today. So we have 3 groups to choose from today. We have the apple, which will be group number 1. My son actually named him Mr. Apples. And then we have group 2, which is the acorn, and she's just called Miss A for Acorn, but also I made her, so. And then we have the pumpkin, which is named Thumpkin. Thumpkin the pumpkin. So that's for group number 3. And we have an extra buddy up there. His name is Maple. He's not one of our pile selections, but I wanted to include him anyway because he's so cute, as you can see. So yeah, this reading is going to be on what's next. So we are going to be taking a look into general energies, love energies, money, work, career energies, and we'll also be getting some advice from Spirit in the end. I've already cleansed and cleared the space. It feels lovely in here. So I invite you now to close your eyes and take a deep breath, focusing your attention at the center point between your eyebrows. And then open your eyes and see which one of these little buddies are calling out to you. I will include the timestamps in the description box below, so you can just go ahead and jump to your reading. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time, and I'll see you at your reading. Welcome to your reading if you chose group number 1 or Mr. Apples. This is your reading on what's next. What can you expect in the near future? What energies are coming your way? Anything that needs to be highlighted, worked through, communicated. So first off, we are going to start with a little energy check-in on your energy, my viewer, so that you can kind of gauge whether or not it resonates, and then you can make your decision on if you want to continue to watch this reading, if you think it's going to contain messages in here for you, or maybe you want to pick another pile if it's not resonating. So let's take a look. Let me get some insight into you, my viewer. What is your energy? How can your energy be described right now? Wow, we have Saturn and Jupiter. I tend to love this mix. I think it's a very balanced mix. And at the bottom of the deck, I do have to point out that we have Capricorn, and Saturn rules Capricorn, so that's prominent here. So I'm seeing Capricorn, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Saturn also rules some of the nakshatras that are located in the water signs. So Cancer and Scorpio could also be significant here. So you could have those energies in your birth chart, or these could just be energies that you're currently finding yourself working through. So maybe right now you are working really, really hard. You're setting down the foundation because the goal is for it eventually to give you some kind of like residual income, like you want to set something up right now so that in the future it's somehow giving to you, and it's due to you having put in, the effort now. So this could be, like you're going to school, you're getting a degree, because this degree or this education, this knowledge is going to help you to expand in some way. So whatever it is that you're working on now, it's with the purpose of eventually it providing something for you, or you getting the resources, getting what you need to provide something to a mass of people. So yeah, definitely there's like energy of building a skill, setting down some firm roots, firm foundations, being focused on work, being just really focused on work, being very dedicated to your work, to what you're doing, to your studies, whatever it is that you're dedicating yourself to, that you're committed to, that is something you're working towards, that it's kind of like a longer journey. And in the end, it's going to give you something that is going to expand you in some way, or help, to expand others' perspectives, others' views in some way even. It's very blessed energy, and it's also very hardworking energy. You know, like nothing is being handed to you, nothing is being given to you. This is something that you have to work on, that you're cultivating on your own. That's definitely going to provide opportunity and blessings and good luck. So whatever it is that you're cultivating, that you're working on, there's definitely good karma involved. So I'm going to pull a few more cards on your energy just to get a little bit more detail about your energy in this moment. So yeah, I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, it's difficult. It's not easy. It hasn't been an easy journey. It's something that's proven to be very tedious, grueling. Maybe you're working long hours, you're staying up all night, just really putting your nose to the grindstone and getting something done. Because you may have hit a rock bottom, and through those hardships, you were able to see the truth about maybe, you know, who was your friend, who wasn't, who has your back, who doesn't, what was, you know, sabotaging you. And you were just seeing like where you weren't winning, you know, you were seeing where you were in lack, where you were lacking, where things were disconnected, where if things had remained the same, you would have never gotten out of the hole that you were in. And it's like you gained some kind of insight, some kind of clarity to get yourself out of this hole, to start making way out of it and not just staying stuck and stagnant in, you know, this situation that seemed to be like a dire situation. And I do see that you have a dream, you know what I mean? Like you have a passion, you're passionate about something, there's something that you really feel called to, that you really feel drawn to do, to study, to learn, to go experience. You know, maybe you want to travel the world, or maybe you want to go learn about a certain culture or a certain tradition, religion. Maybe it's your wish to just connect with people on a grand scale. You know, maybe you want to speak to people, work with people, work in groups, lead groups, guide groups. You want to create some kind of educational group or service. And so it's like your love for whatever this thing is kind of like what you're focusing on, you know, it's kind of like your reward. It's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, what you're working towards. You know, whenever you feel tired, exhausted, beat down, you remember why you're doing it. You know, it's like you have a why, and it keeps you going. It keeps you pushing forward. It's enough to keep you motivated and to keep you disciplined on your path, even though it does seem to be very burdensome. It's like you're just doing what you have to do to move ahead, to move forward in your life, and to get yourself to a better place, to a better position. And you're really believing in your vision and your dream, and it's what's keeping you motivated, and it's what's keeping you focused. A very specific goal that you have. So yeah, it's just like heavy energy of rising up from the dark. It's like you're rising up from the darkness. You're trying to get yourself out of a hopeless place, and you're trying to blossom, you're trying to bloom. You know, you want to rise up out of those circumstances, out of that situation. Okay, so if this sounds familiar, if this sounds like it's your energy, if this is resonating for you, let's see what's coming up next for you. Generally speaking, what's next? What can you expect in the coming months? These are timeless readings, so whenever you happen to come across this video, the message here could resonate, but I am recording it during fall season. It's actually the first day of fall, so you can take it as like what's coming up this fall, what's coming up, for the rest of the year, or again, if you're not watching it during the time frame that I recorded it, you can take it as what's coming up within the next 3 to 4 months. So let's see. Generally speaking, for pile number 1, for group number 1, what's coming up next? Ooh. Oh my God, so much Saturn energy and Capricorn energy. It's not even funny. Okay, so what's coming up next? You're just trying to find your happiness. You're trying to find your fulfillment. You're so ready to move on to the next phase of your life. Like I said, you reach that rock bottom that you were just like, oh my gosh, I'm so over this. That's it. I can't do this anymore. I can't take another second, in this reality. I have to make changes. I have to make moves. You could be trying to relocate, move, get yourself out of a toxic environment. Maybe that's your goal and that's what you're working really hard to do. That's why you're committed to maybe working a job and taking the overtime hours and just working really hard and doing what you have to do to save up so that you can get yourself into a better environment, a better place that's going to help your mental state. You're recognizing that you're in a really toxic place, a really toxic environment, and that you have to go. If you want to see your life level up and improve, you have to leave this place. You have to go. You have to move forward. And you're so focused on your own happiness, on, your purpose, like what's your path? What is it that you're here to do? I don't think that you mind working. I see that you're a very hard worker. You're very serious. You're very ambitious and diligent. But it's like you want to be working towards your purpose. You know what I mean? It's like you want to feel confident knowing that the way that you're contributing in the world is in a way that's fulfilling to you, but also, is helping others around you. It is helping those around you in some way as well. So it's kind of like you're trying to find what is it that's going to be the best thing for me and, a way that I can feel helpful to other people, that I can offer some kind of advice, insight, possibly resources. Maybe, you're cultivating something. It's like you're working towards something and you're cultivating something that then you can offer the collective. And in that way, you feel like everyone is benefiting, not just you. It's like you're just feeling like your work and what you do and your existence is meaningful, like it has a purpose. Also identifying, things that aren't healthy for you, things that are toxic, things that you need to move away from. I'm seeing such a strong will. I have to say, like you seem like you're just, nothing is going to break you. Nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to get in your way. It's like, it's been hard. You've been through so much and it's made a monster out of you. It's like you're a beast and nothing could ever stop you because everything you've ever had to go through has made you so resilient. It's made you so strong that you're never going to back down. You're never going to give up. No matter how hard it gets, you always have that little fire inside of you that's just like never willing to throw in the towel and give up. It's like you're like, nope, I know that I have a purpose, that my life has meaning. And you're just very like focused and dedicated on reaching that, like reaching whatever that is for you. You just want to learn from your mistakes, grow from them, go through your renewals, have, major shifts in perspective as you keep getting new information on your journey, on your path. It transmutes the energy where something was really difficult, really burdensome, really hard. You turn that into gold, into something that's beneficial, into something that's useful. You grow from it, you expand, you rise above. So you're like constantly leveling up, evolving. It's alchemy, it's like you're turning one kind of situation into a whole different kind of experience, turning a negative into a positive. So yeah, this is really strong energy. You're definitely putting in the work. You're doing what you have to do. And I'm also seeing that you're going to be getting a lot of rest. You're going to need a lot of rest because I do see you working really, really hard. So what's next is, yes, you're going to be working really, really hard because it's like you have a calling, you have something that's like drawing you in, that's attracting you. You're definitely on a mission, on a journey, and it is taking a lot of your energy. So I do see that you're going to need a lot of rest, a lot of sleep, time to process, to recover, because also like a big goal that you could have is just clarity. It's like you don't want your brain to be too fuzzy or be carrying too much at a time. You always want to feel refreshed mentally so that you can think clearly, see things clearly, see the truth easily. So you might have like a meditation practice, or you might have like a very strict sleeping schedule, or you might just need a lot of rest and need a lot of sleep, or like a designated time to sleep. Like maybe you sleep all weekend, because, you might like work really long hours during the week, and maybe the only days you have to catch up on your sleep is like weekends. And so you really take advantage of that time. You see how important it is. You feel so much better when you have rest. You're in a way better mindset. And I just feel like it's going to be very demanding, this energy that's coming up. Like it's going to demand a lot of your energy. So you are going to need to replenish and rest when you can to keep up with these demands. But yeah, you could definitely be saving up some money. Maybe you have a goal in mind of how much money you need to do something, to move somewhere, to go somewhere, to travel somewhere. And yeah, you have like a specific goal that you're trying to reach. There's definitely something here that you're working for, that you're building in the material world, because it's like the key to get you out of whatever situation you're currently in so that you can level up. So it's like right now is the time to put in the work, because this work is going to pay off, and it's going to give you some kind of reward benefit, some kind of abundance when you reach a certain goal. It could be education, a degree, or it could even be that you're keeping up with some kind of tradition. You're leveling up in some way. Your role, your position, you're taking it to the next level, to the next step. You're growing in knowledge and wisdom. You're moving on up. You're climbing up that ladder, and you're progressing in some way. Okay, so that was general energy. So let's move on to what's next for you in love. So I'm going to keep this open and just say like what's next for you. It could be romantic love, friendships, familial relationships. So let's just see what comes through for love. What's next in love? What can you expect? What's next for you when it comes to love and relationships? This is so good. Okay. Really good developments in love and relationships, friendships. I feel like the wisdom that you're cultivating, the maturity, the experience that you're gaining is going to give you some clarity and some insight into what you want when it comes to this. Like what you want to build, what you want to create, what it is that you want to invest in, what it is that you want to bring together, what it is that you consider your wish fulfillment, that you consider your happiness. So whether this is like, I know that I have to live close to my family, I love my family, we have such a great relationship, they keep me grounded, they keep me motivated, I know that I want to live close to them, or if it's like, I need to move away from my family. What I want out of my life isn't going to happen in my small town, or where my family lives, or where my family lives maybe is not the best place for me, and I'm noticing that, I'm realizing that, so I'm making the choices that I need to make in order to get myself closer to where my happiness is. I see that you're going to be really clear on what it is that you want to build. What is your happiness? Like what direction is it that you want to go? You're not confused. It's like you very much so know what you want as it pertains to love and relationships. So maybe you're really grasping like what your values are. You're really, discovering what those things are for you, like what it is that you want in a partner or out of a relationship. What's valuable to you? It's like you're going to know exactly what you're looking for. And it's because you've been through so much, through so much hardship, pain, betrayal. And so going through all of those things, it's kind of, I think it's giving you a good idea of what it is that you don't want and what it is that hasn't worked for you. And maybe you're noticing like toxic patterns and what you get drawn to, what you get attracted to, and then what that results in. So it's like you're seeing your role You're taking accountability and you're seeing your role in why things in the past didn't work out. And you're changing your actions. It's like it's a long journey. It's been a long journey, but you're learning. You are learning and you are gaining wisdom. You're learning about yourself. All of these things that you've been through, that you've gone through, have held up a mirror. And now you're seeing like, okay, this is where I might have went wrong. You know, these were my actions, or this was my outlook. This was my perspective. You're going to see like how whatever it is that you went through, what the actions were, or the mentality that you had around it, and how that contributed to it manifesting in the way that it did. So it's like you're getting really clear about your role, your actions, how they influence, and you're just trying to do better. I see you trying to do better. You don't want to make the same mistakes of your past, so you're simply not. You know, your actions are changing. You're changing. You're becoming a different person. You're maturing. There's definitely like growing up that's happening here. And you're just not the same person. You're not going to be moving the same way, making the same kind of decisions, perceiving things in the same way, communicating in the same way. It's like you're finding the truth and you're healing, and then you're taking proper action to move towards what it is that you find valuable when it comes to love and relationships. I feel like you know what you want. You're getting a really clear idea of what it is that you want and what it is that's important to you. And I think it has to do with like building a family. I feel like you want a family, you want to meet someone or to be with someone that you can build with, that you can grow with, that you can have it all with, have stability with, a home life with, possibly kids, maybe a business. But I am sensing that you want to like grow old with someone and build a life that is solid and is very secure and safe. And all of this time that you're taking, you know, to go within, to go inside, to know yourself is what's lighting the way for you. You know, it's like it's making it very clear, very obvious what it is that you need to commit your time and your energy to, and what it is that you need to stay dedicated towards. It's like you know what you want and you're going to do whatever you need to do to make it happen, to get there. And you know that it's going to take some time. I feel like you know that in the future you see your love life, your relationships, you see this place in your life being very positive, being very supportive. But it's like you know that it's going to take time, because I am also getting energy, like very independent energy. So it's almost like you're projecting for this to be in the future. It's like in the future, I know that I'm going to have it all. Like I'm going to have a loving relationship, loving friendships, potentially, you know, even like be on good terms with your family. In case that's something you're struggling with right now, you're doing the work you need to do to make sure that that's your reality. It's like you know what it is you have to do to make that your reality, and it's your dream and your wish fulfillment to make it so. And you just really want to be successful, like as it pertains to love and relationships. You want to have something to offer. You want to be a person that is solid, stable. You want to be a provider, you know, like I said, someone that has something to give, to offer. You know, you do want to share your wealth, and whatever this is that you're building in the material world, it's your dream to share it. I feel like, you know, you're also perceiving it as like you want to have enough to give someone. And it's like you want to come to this relationship or to your relationships with something to offer, with something tangible to give, to offer. You want to be of value. You know, you're really holding yourself up to like a high standard. Like you have a high standard for yourself. It's like you're trying to make yourself the best you can be, maybe so that you can attract the best, you know, because maybe you haven't attracted the best in the past. And I think you know exactly why that is, and you're making the changes that you need to make. There's definitely like alchemical changes that are happening here within. You're making the internal changes that you need to make in order to invite these kinds of loving and positive and supportive, nurturing type of relationships in. and you have a really high outlook on that for yourself in the future. You really feel that you're taking the actions and doing everything that you need to do to ensure that this is the reality that you're cultivating and that you're attracting for yourself. Okay, so let's see then what's coming up for finances. Money, work, career. What's coming up for you guys? I think you've had like a major shakeup as it pertains to your money and your finances, or this is something that's coming, or maybe you could be already kind of like anticipating it. Maybe you're expecting kind of like a hit. And I think it's coming, something here about the finances, career, job. It seems to be like a difficult situation, which we picked up on, right? Because we said you're working hard. That was like the energy that we picked up over here. Like you're working really hard. You're finding yourself at some kind of like a rock bottom here. And you know that this is the time right now for you to work, for you to like save up, for you to do what you have to do to get yourself out of some kind of a hole. So maybe this was very unexpected. Maybe it did involve a betrayal. And you feel very hurt, because you felt like you were on path, you were building something, you were expecting some kind of gain, and then it just got pulled out from underneath you. And that was a really painful experience, a really hard experience. Maybe you were lied to, maybe you thought that you were going to get something and then you didn't get it, someone lied to you, or it got taken from you somehow. But yeah, something definitely unexpected happened here as it pertains to your finances. But you're not giving up. You're definitely not giving up. I feel like you just want to like wrap this part of your life up. Like you're just like, I just want to wrap this up and move on. Like I just want this to be over with, a distant past in my journey, just something that I went through that like, and it's going to be that way because this too shall pass, Change is the only constant. Time is always just moving, evolving, progressing. So this too shall pass. I love that I see that you still have like that strength to keep going. You're not going to let this tear you down or make you feel like giving up in any way. If anything, this is just making you hungrier, for success. And this whole situation is making you wiser. I feel like you're seeing it. I feel like your financial situation or your career or something like this needed to take a hit in order for you to like have gained this inner wisdom, like this self-awareness, this more expanded awareness. So I feel like you're going to perceive it as like something positive at the end of the day, even if at first you perceived it as it like being a total, unexpected change that was very heartbreaking and it was very scary. And you felt like it took you all the way back to like ground zero. Eventually, what's coming up next is you're going to see like why that needed to happen and why this was actually part of the plan and part of the path, part of your path, because this situation is what made you what you're going to be. You know what I mean? It's like creating what you're meant to become. You're blooming, you're blossoming. And this was always part of the path. This was always part of the journey. It's like you needed to go through this part to get to this internal, inner cultivation, to have like a difference of perspective, a shift in perspectives, to see things on a deeper level with more clarity, to see like the undercurrent of things, to see like the why of things, where maybe before you were moving very like in the surface, like on the surface level. Now you're seeing, like you have depth. You're seeing things deeper, the undercurrents. You're picking up on that. You're seeing like why things happened. And I feel like also you're surrendering too. Like maybe it taught you a lesson of like, it doesn't matter how in control you think you are. It doesn't matter how much you think you know, how good your plan is. You can't always just like be too stuck on one particular outcome because anything can change at any time. So I think it's also kind of giving you that flexibility of working with the universe and learning to follow its cues as well, instead of being so rigid and being so stubborn, because you may have been very rigid, very stubborn, and now, I don't know, like this whole situation is teaching you like, well, I don't have all of the answers. I don't know everything. I have to be a little more flexible. It's teaching you, that you can't always be just so sure about things or so attached to certain outcomes, forcing things to happen, because it's like you don't know if it's really going to be what you thought it was, or it's going to provide what you thought it was going to provide, or something along those lines. But I do see you being responsible, playing your part, doing your role, doing it well, having a very high standard for yourself. I see you like you're after your success, If there's one thing I see is you're resilient as hell. You're the type of person, like, it doesn't matter. You will bounce back. It's who you are. And not only are you bouncing back, but I feel like you're coming back stronger than ever with like a really strong spirit because of this inner cultivation that you're acquiring and this expanded awareness. It's like you're getting to a place where you're trusting yourself more. You're learning how to listen to yourself, to your own counsel, your own inner guidance, how to take cues from that, so that you can make the best decisions for yourself moving forward, and so that you can find success. I feel like you are going to have success again financially, but it's like you have to build up to it. So instead of seeing it as like, again, like, oh my gosh, I have to start from scratch, and like this is something that's just such an inconvenience, and why God, you're just like, oh well, this is part of my path, this is what I have to do, I'm going to surrender, and I'm just going to hope for the best, be optimistic and just know that things are going to work out. You're just going to move forward, you're just going to progress, you're going to do what you have to do to move forward from here without ruminating too much on the past and what happened, because that's just going to like keep you stuck and stagnant. I feel like this is what bothers your mind. Like this is what occupies your mind, is when you're just ruminating in the hurt, the betrayal, the loss. It keeps you stuck and feeling like helpless, but you're not helpless. You were just attached to a particular outcome that didn't end up being like the end all be all like you thought it was, and you have to take a different path. You're forced to take a different path, and it feels like you have to start again, but you're not starting over. You're starting with experience this time. So this time it's like now you feel more confident and like, oh, now I know how to reach my fulfillment, how to align to my truth. It's like you have some kind of higher insight, higher wisdom, and now you know the actions you need to take, what you need to do to align with like your highest path, your highest potential. Now you're going to know like the best decisions to make, how to align with your highest potential. It always has to do with the decisions that you're making. You're going to learn how to take more proper action. So it's naturally just going to align you to your highest potential, to the highest timeline that's available to you. Okay, so that's what's coming up for finances and money and career. So let's pull a few of cards as advice. I'm going to try to pull some from my homemade oracle deck, but sometimes Spirit doesn't want to use it. So we'll see if Spirit wants to use it today, and if not, I'll pull from another deck. We're pulling advice from Spirit. Anything Spirit wants to leave you with today? Any advice for you? Pile 1 for what's coming up next. Let's take a look. Ooh. Oh. We got that. Oh, and bad decisions. Yeah, like you're seeing like your bad decisions. You're seeing where you went wrong. You're seeing where you got maybe like hooked, taken for a ride, where you believed someone that you shouldn't, where you were tempted, where you were attached to something, where you were addicted to something, holding on to something. It's like you're seeing the darkness of your decisions or of your actions, your past actions, and it's helping you to clean up. Look at this. Tomorrow will be better. Exactly. It's helping you to clean up your karma moving forward, like your karma for the future, because you're going to be making better decisions. So naturally, your experience is going to get cleaned up and it's going to be better for you as a result of just better decision making, you know? You're seeing where you went wrong. You're seeing where you were maybe not in the best headspace, where you weren't seeing things clearly. You're seeing why things, you know, went sour, why there was a heavy cloud hanging over your situation. You're seeing how you got there. All of the little moves, the decisions, the actions that you took, your perception, the outlook that you had, your level of awareness, you're seeing how it all played a role into whatever this rock bottom was for you. This is the journey you're on. And because you're seeing these things clearly, now you're also seeing how to clean it up, you know, like how to create better circumstances for yourself. And you're hopeful. You know that the future is going to be better because you know you're doing better. You have a lot of clarity surrounding your situation. You may not be in the best place currently, but you know that it's just like the cycles of life, you know? You win some, you lose some. It's part of life. And you're just determined to rise up and to come out on the other side better than ever. And I actually made this card with Karol G's song in mind, Mañana será bonito. My English translation of that is tomorrow will be better. But the literal translation is tomorrow will be beautiful. And I love it because this was actually a mistake. Like I wrote something there, but it didn't fit. So I like crossed it out, but then it looked like thunderclouds to me. So I was like, whatever, I'm going to use it. I'll put it in the deck. And in that song, she says, porque mañana será bonito, porque hasta el cielo vuelve azulito, y toda la niebla fue un ratito, y nadie puede apagar tu brillo, porque mañana será bonito. I love that song. But she says, porque mañana será bonito, porque hasta el cielo vuelve azulito, y toda la niebla fue un ratito, y nadie puede apagar tu brillo. And that's exactly the vibe that I was getting. That's like a perfect song for you. So I feel like that's your song. Mañana será bonito by Karol G. Just it's resonating perfectly with all of the rest of the cards. And I think that's where I want to leave it for you, is to remember that no one can turn off your light. No one. And now I'm getting another song, and it's Taylor Swift, You're on Your Own, Kid. Because in that song she says, and I saw something they can't take away. So if you don't speak Spanish, those lyrics for Mañana será bonito, she's saying tomorrow is going to be more beautiful, the sky will be blue again, the clouds will clear, the rain clouds will go away, and no one can turn off your shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I feel like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Like you have this will, you know, like a strong will. So yeah, it's like there's something that you know no one can take away from you. And it's your light. It's your life force energy. It's your heart. It's your truth, your purpose, your soul mission, your dharma, your responsibility. And you know that maybe people have tried to dim it, to turn it off, to put it out, but it's impossible. It's something that no one can take away from you. Nadie puede apagar tu brillo. No one can turn off your shine, and it's just something that can't be taken away from you. Okay, pile one. Those were your messages for what's next, what's coming up next for you. I truly hope these messages have served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I look forward to reading for you again soon. Remember, I do also offer personal readings. To get the details on that, I'll leave my email in the description box below. So much love to you guys. As always, you got this. And until next time, bye. Hey guys, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2 or Miss A. My son wanted to change her name now to Miss Nut, so she's nameless at the moment. I think we're going to stick to Miss A though. So yes, we are doing a reading on what's next. We're going to be looking into general energies, love, friendship, relationship energies, as well as career, job, and finances energies. And before we get into that, I am going to pull a few cards to pull on your energy to see where you're at, kind of as an opportunity for you to gauge whether or not the messages are resonating and whether or not this reading is for you. This is a timeless message. However, I am recording this in the fall. So if you're watching this video when it first comes out, then you can kind of take it as what's next, what's coming up for the fall, for the rest of the year. But if you happen to stumble across this video at any time at a future date, there could still be messages in here for you. So in that case, you can take it as what's coming up for you within the next 3 to 4 months. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull some astrology cards to see if we can get an energy check-in on you, who you may be, what you may be going through at this time, something that just describes your energy. So let's see what comes up. Got the 7th house. Ooh. I'll pull one more from this deck. I think today actually is Libra season, and the 7th house is ruled by Libra, so interesting. And Jupiter, that's so funny. We got this yesterday for pile number 1. Let me put these in the middle here. Okay, so this is actually looking amazing. I feel like what's coming next for you is a really nice development or progression or really big blessing as it pertains to your relationships. But it could be any kind of relationship. Like you see here, like it could be business relationships or family relationships. It's just relationships in general. So maybe you're currently, actually this is the energy to describe you now. So currently you may already be experiencing this. You may already be experiencing an expansion, just blessings around your relationships, around the people you're meeting. Maybe that's becoming more aligned, more in tune with who you are. And now you're finally like attracting those people around you that are going to support you and uplift you, motivate you, that you can really create like a lifelong bond with. So again, this could be romantic relationships. Maybe you'll meet people that you want to go into business with, or it could be that you are getting along with your family, or your family is just really supporting you, really holding you, holding space. It just seems to be that you have great people around you, great community, great friendships. This could also be that you're meeting a husband. Jupiter can mean husband, but you could also be meeting people in places like school, education programs, while traveling, while like on a special mission or assignment somewhere foreign. Or you could just be meeting someone that's foreign, that has high education. But yeah, this is really good energy. I see you just being like really confident and comfortable with who you are in your social relationships, your personal relationships. You can just show up, be who you are, be yourself. And these relationships are just like feeling really good right now. The people that you talk to, the people that you hang out with, the people that, you know, you feel a part of. It's all just really falling together. It's going really good. You can feel really happy and fulfilled in this area. And yeah, so you're just meeting great people, like, is the takeaway here. So let's see, let's get a little more detail on your energy. Yeah, so it could be you know, it's like your personality is changing, where maybe you used to stay home all day, or you like, you know, you never gave yourself an opportunity or a chance to really meet people, or even if the people in your life weren't good for you, were toxic in some way, or not really super supportive in some way, where this area in your life just may have been lacking, like you really didn't do anything to make any changes. It seemed that you were kind of stuck in whatever situation you were in, and you weren't really letting go of it. You were kind of holding on tight to your situation, even if it wasn't great for you. Previous relationships that you may have had just may have been very like argumentative, or just very, not the warmest, you know, the most supportive. Maybe they were very like judgmental. I'm hearing cruel, like people that you kind of had to protect yourself from, that you should have been protecting yourself from, but for whatever reason, you thought you had to stay, you thought you had to endure that, or maybe it was just a comfort zone thing at that point and it was you that was holding on. We always have choices, and you were choosing to stay here in a less than environment, in an environment that was lacking. And now you're ready to be more spontaneous, put yourself out there, be more open and receptive to meeting new people, to putting yourself in different situations that you would have never put yourself in before, maybe. And this is how you're meeting people. This is how you're inviting in that brand new energy of people that are actually good for you, or just like people at all, because maybe you were just super comfortable just being by yourself, doing your own thing. And I just feel like right now is a period for you where you're really learning how to work with others, how to be more cooperative, how to consider other people, how to be a friend. You're really getting that practice now, because it seems that there's people that are coming in that, you have to be a friend too. If you want good people in your life, if you want good friends, you also have to be those things as well. So you do need to be like open for that, receptive to that. And I just feel like you're getting to that place now. You're moving away from a time where maybe you weren't so open to changes in, relationships. Maybe you had a hard time letting people in, trusting people. Maybe you just never wanted to go anywhere. You never really wanted to go out. Maybe relationships, personal, close relationships just weren't a priority for you. Whatever it is, it definitely seems like that's changing now. And now you're currently in the season of meeting great people, talking to people, building community and friendships, and just really learning. I feel like really learning through relationships. Relationships right now are very valuable for you. And it's growing you and it's developing you in some way. Like the relationships in your life right now is what's making you have this very expansive, beautiful experience. In whatever way this may be happening for you in your life, in whatever way you feel blessed, you feel lucky, you feel like you're getting stronger within yourself. You're getting more confident. You're exploring, expanding your horizons. It's because of the relationships and the people around you. Okay? So, if that's resonating for you, we're going to move on now to what's next, generally speaking. What can you expect in these coming months? What's the energy? What does Spirit want to let you in on? Let's take a look. Let's take this one. Okay, so what's next, generally speaking? So yeah, I do see you working, just really dedicated on something, like perfecting your craft. Maybe you're working with people, with these important people that we touched on. You could be working with them, creating something, perfecting something, just really dedicated on whatever it is that you do, and just staying very consistent to that. I think you're gonna have a breakthrough on something. I'm also seeing that you're going to be very assertive. You're going to be very dominant. A lot of action, you're taking a lot of action, right and proper action, doing the right thing, saying the right things, talking to the right people, because you're going to be seeing something just very, very clearly. You're going to have a lot of clarity. You're going to be obtaining a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. So yeah, there's just something here that you're doing every day. It could be something that you're doing for work, and your understanding of it is just increasing. It's only increasing. It's like you're continuing to get these higher perspectives, these higher truths, information. You're seeing things very, very clearly for what they are very accurately, and it's definitely influencing your actions. I'm hearing breakthrough. You might get like a really good idea or something, and you're gonna commit yourself to it. Yeah, like it's working season. It's like you're really just motivated, very dedicated. It's like you're ready to be very disciplined about something, to really put in the work, to show up, to put in the hours. It could be like you're studying something, you're analyzing something. It could be something having to do with psychology. You're going beneath the surface. You're getting like deeper information. I feel like you're picking up on patterns. And this is going to give you clarity into something. It's going to give you direction. I feel like you're going to have a clear path. You're going to get like a really good idea. And it's something that you're just going to commit to, that you can see as kind of like the ultimate truth or something. It's like the path of truth. Is what I want to say, because I'm just seeing her like walking towards this sun. So it's like she's walking towards her blessings, towards her health, her vitality, towards her happy times, her good times, her wish fulfillment, towards her joy, happiness. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of clear thinking here, and just knowing what actions to take and taking them, like taking these actions, not just knowing what actions to take, but actually taking them, making those moves, staying committed to that. And it's leading you to blessings, like good fortune, enlightenment even. It's like you're creating a new day for yourself and you're feeling good, And what's so cool is that in the tarot, the sun comes after the moon, because the tarot, like, it depicts a journey, like the soul's journey of evolution. And, you reach the sun after you go through the depths of the moon, the darkness of the moon, the confusion, the shadow, the subconscious. So I feel like for me, this is really showing me like what's coming next for you is you're on your path, you're on your way towards truth, your truth. There's a lot of masculine energy in this pile. So I feel like it's like you're cultivating your masculine side. You're stepping into that, into the side that takes actions, that speaks, that does, that stands up, makes decisions, calls the shots. That aspect of you is developing, is maturing. And yeah, I just feel like you're starting to really know yourself and be comfortable with yourself enough that you believe in yourself. You believe in yourself to come up with the solutions, to know what you have to do, to be smart enough. You're capable. It's like the journey that you're on is making you feel truly capable of walking your path, stepping into it, stepping into your role, your calling, your truth, your authentic self-expression, your individuality, your autonomy. So definitely it's like you're on your way. You're going to find something just so fertile, expansive, beautiful, abundant, just full of blessings. You're stepping on your highest path. The next stop on your journey is great. It's beautiful. It's like you've made it. You're there. You got there. It's just so optimistic, so hopeful, so positive. And yeah, you're just really sure about whatever this is that you're committing yourself to. And you just know that this is your path. This is your truth. It's definitely leading you towards somewhere bright and beautiful. And it's like you finally stepping into your perfect world, like your perfect place where you feel comfortable and confident just being yourself, expressing your truest self, and you have really great people around you that can also celebrate that with you. Okay, so let's see. I'm super curious to see what's next in love, because that was just general. Generally speaking, that's what's next. So this is definitely building up for me. So let's see. What is next in love for you? Pile number 2. Ooh. And one fell. Okay. What's next for you in love? Ooh. Okay. Whoa. And things have officially taken a turn for the worst. No, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. I think this is showing me like energy that you're working through. I feel like you're a work in progress, okay? I feel like you've had a lot of disappointments in love. You have a lot of trauma. You've had a lot of lose-lose situations, or situations where you felt taken advantage of, or just not properly considered, situations that left you feeling hollow, empty. I feel like you definitely experienced pain and disappointment in love, and this is something that is still here with you. This is still something that you need to work through, that you need to process, that needs to come up. You know what I mean? That can be talking about, going to the depths, going to the pain, where it's uncomfortable, and really taking an honest look there and processing things, learning how to shift perspectives, learning how to let go of old toxic narratives that aren't working anymore, how to heal, how to be okay emotionally. We're working on the triggers and the things that exist in the subconscious that are contributing, to your experience. All of that gunk, just because we refuse to look at it, it doesn't mean that it's not present every single day in our lens, how we perceive the world, how we view the world, how we relate to the world. Our subconscious is like what makes up the majority of that, of your perception about life and how you process things, how you take things, how you experience things, how things affect you, how you are, how you behave. So I think you're taking a deep look. You're really doing the work, the hard work, and you're going to the pain, especially connected to, your relationships, your love relationships, friendships, family, just, relationships in general. And you're freeing yourself, you're liberating yourself. You're seeing what needs to be worked on. You're seeing maybe where, you're staying stuck, where you're bound to something, where you're dysregulated, just how you feel about this area of your life. And you're able to go to that place and you're able to have a second chance, have a do-over and clean up whatever is just stuck and stagnant and needs to be moved, needs to be cleared, needs to be cleansed, healed, worked through. You're gaining the insight, the knowledge that you need to have to be able to undo this. It's kind of like a knot that you have to detangle. It's like you're detangling this mess. You're seeing the way, you're seeing how to do it, and you're doing it. You're freeing yourself. You're giving yourself a new beginning. You're renewing yourself to approach this area of your life differently than what you're conditioned to, or, you're wired, the way you're wired. And it's a work in progress because, I don't know how old you are, but I'm sure it's taken many years, of trauma and situations, experiences that brought you to this place to begin with. So it's gonna take a while to be able to work through that and to really process that and to see what really happened here and what was really going on, to have the awareness to see it from a higher perspective now, to see it for the truth that it is instead of seeing it all distorted. You're seeing it clearly, and it might take you some time to be able to fully, work through this, work through the things that happened to you, the things that made you feel small, unloved, unsupported, left out in the cold, betrayed, lied to, taken advantage of. Because with this Jupiter energy that came out for your energy, when we were pulling for your energy, that's a loving energy. It's a very benevolent energy. And it can manifest as being very passive and being very unassertive or struggling, to initiate or engage with people. This energy is very forgiving. And unfortunately, this gets taken advantage of. They can tend to take on way more responsibility because of their kindness. They feel responsible. This energy can try to make up the difference continuously. Other people's shortcomings, all of a sudden it becomes your issue, it becomes your problem. And you're expected to make up the difference because you're this kind, all-loving person. And unfortunately, people just want to take from people like this that are so giving and loving. And especially with the 7th house energy, that, again, that's Libra energy. you're an angel, you're like a saint. It's a very innocent energy, and Jupiter energy is notoriously known for being like that teacher energy, that guide energy, the guru. But these teachers, they're pure. They teach purely without wanting to control anyone. They do it from a place of like, I just want to show you the way. I want you to be able to achieve this yourself, you know? And maybe sometimes people like this get taken advantage of, especially by people with chaotic energy that could really use, you know, an energy like yours that is very forgiving and compassionate and loving. So it is a very high vibrational energy. So that's how I know you've been taken advantage of. You haven't had good experiences when it came to relationships. But thank God all of that is about to change for you. That's like how we opened the reading, is that this is about to change for you. So what's coming next for you in love is you're working on this still. It's a work in progress. You're taking it easy. You're being patient. You're not rushing into anything. You're doing what you have to do because, again, it's like you know what you want. You've found your truth. You know what is the most valuable thing to you, and you're on your way to it. And I feel like you're okay with process. You know, like, this is going to take time. Things don't happen overnight. You know you're a work in progress. And you know what you want. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's valuable to you. You know what your truth is. You know where you want to build. And again, you're on your way to it. And because you have like this strong self-focus of wanting to build yourself, you know, like your internal self, the way you perceive life, the way you behave, the standard you set, the example you make, how you choose to approach, you know, your path. I feel like this is inviting in just better quality people into your life, because now you can see clearly, and now no one's going to be able to take advantage of you anymore. You know better, and now you know how to protect yourself, how to defend yourself, how to extend that same kindness that you were so freely giving to others to yourself. And so with this new change, like in your vibration, in your frequency, this is what you're attracting, is people of this same resonance. You're doing the work you have to do inside, and it's causing a direct change. It's influencing directly your external experiences, especially as it pertains to relationships and partnerships, long-term partnerships, significant relationships. I feel like you just have like a strong self-focus, like you're just working on yourself, working, you know, on being great, feeling great, being self-sufficient, being in a position where you can just take care of all of your needs. You know, you can meet your own needs. And this is what's going to guide you. I just feel like you are going home to yourself. You know, you have a strong self-focus here. And it's the way. It's the way for you. It's going to bring in so many blessings. It's definitely going to merge you on your path. The most authentic, high vibrational potential timeline that you can access. This is the way to merging to it. It's just focusing on yourself, building up yourself, working on yourself. And funny enough, that's what's gonna attract your people. And it's crazy. I was saying this like in another reading that I did, a personal, that there's an irony, you know, because people that are so loving, so compassionate, so forgiving, you know, people that truly just want to be there for others, they're the ones that get the most disrespected. And it's crazy because it's like those people, they're that way because I feel like they also want that in return. Like they want to be loved and supported and uplifted. They want someone to be there for them during times of need, you know? I feel like they just treat people how they want to be treated. So they have all of this love to give, all of this compassion, and they get the exact opposite in return because no one respects people like that. The more kind you are and the more compassionate you are and giving and whatever, the less respect people have for you. It's when you can respect yourself and be strong and have boundaries and, you know, be able to stand up for yourself, defend yourself, not be a doormat. I feel like this is what elicits respect. So I don't know, it's crazy to me because it's like, it's just ironic. And I feel like that's why so many cruel people are the people that are in charge, because they naturally have that assertiveness, but then they lack like the empathy. where you're going to have both, you know? You're going to have that empathy. You're going to have that purity, but you're also going to be strong within yourself and have a strong self-belief. And you're going to be in the position to defend yourself if you need to. Defend yourself against anything that just isn't fair, you know? Because I just feel like maybe before you couldn't see it. You just couldn't see it, but you're going to be able to see it. That's what you're working on. Clearing those delusions and seeing clearly and getting strong within yourself and learning how to protect yourself, how to speak your truth, how to stand up for yourself, how to be confident, what you will and will not tolerate, and, you know, just be like a strong individual. So that's what's coming up for you in love and relationships. Super, super strong self-focus. You're working on something. It's big. It's going to change so much for you. It's going to influence a lot for you. You're doing the work and you're on a mission. You know what I mean? It's like you're dedicated. You're focused. So good for you, you know? All right, so let's see. What is coming up in job, career, finances? What can you expect? To me, this looks like you're trying different things that interest you. You know, like you're just making your money in things that are like your hobby, you know, things that excite you, that make you happy. So I don't know, like with this page of wands right here, it's just striking me as like gigs, you know, like you're doing something here, something there. Maybe you're teaching a yoga class here, and then you're tutoring on the side tomorrow. It just feels like you're doing a lot of different things, and it's different things that excite you, that make you feel free. And that's what's making you feel successful as it pertains to like your job and finances and stuff. But this area does seem to be like on hold. It seems to be on pause. Let me see, let me pull a few more cards here. I just feel like you feel very successful, or you're successful. Like, oh, Capricorn, I mean, that's great energy to see when we're talking about money and finances and career. It's the Devil card, by the way. I just realized you guys can't see these cards. But yes. So what's coming next? You're feeling good. You're feeling good. You're content. You're taken care of. You have what you need. You know, it's like you have what you need. You're not stressing. You're not like worried. You know, it seems like you're not worried in this department. It could be like that, you know, there's something coming. Is it that you have some position that you know is coming or something, so you're not worried about it? It's kind of just giving me that kind of an energy of like, oh, I'm gonna be good. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm already good. This isn't something that I have to worry about. I have a really good job waiting for me, or you have options. You have a lot of different directions you can go in. This work that you're doing, this emotional... Oh, there's birds chirping outside. Oh my gosh. And it's like super late. It's past midnight. But yeah, it could be that this work that you're doing, this internal, emotional regulation, healing, deep psychological work that you're doing, it could be that this is also like just taking up all of your time right now, taking up a lot of space in your life. You're just like working on yourself. So maybe this just isn't really a focus right now. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's like this isn't really a focus right now, but you're not worried. It doesn't have to be a focus right now. Like, it's not like something that needs to be like a heavy priority. I feel like you're having fun in this space. When it comes to work, you're not worried, you're taken care of, and you're having fun, you're doing what you want. I don't see like a lot of commitment here. I just see that like you're doing what you want, what excites you, what piques your interest. It could just be like you're doing a bunch of little hobbies, you know? That's what it's giving. Or it's like, I work, I make my money, I'm taken care of, I have what I need. And it's by doing like my hobbies, things that you could consider your hobbies. I feel like you've worked hard. You've worked really hard. And I just feel like now you're Outlook is like work smarter, not harder. You've worked hard and you're gaining a different approach to work and to career and money and finances. I'm seeing that you feel very successful. You feel taken care of. Your needs are met. You're doing it in a carefree way, in a way that's not really super exhaustive, that you can take rests as needed, because maybe this wasn't always your outlook. Maybe you used to really think that you had to work really, really hard to be successful and exhaust yourself and exhaust your body. But you're seeing like the toxicity in that viewpoint. And now you're taking care of yourself. Like you're not going to kill yourself for money, for a career, for a job. Like been there, done that. You're taking it easy. You're just like, yep, I'm having fun making my bag, you know, doing what I like to do. And yeah, this mentality of just like working super, super hard, it's fading out. And I see you that you're really successful. So maybe like you have worked really, really hard in your past. You put in that work, you put in those hours. And because of that, you're in this position where you're just like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. Everything's taken care of. I'm in the position to take it easy, you know, and just like work on my hobbies. So maybe you worked really hard to kind of like take a break. It could even be that. It could be like you're taking a break. You put in your long hours, you stacked up, you know, you have a pretty nice savings account and you're just like taking it easy. You're chilling. You're giving yourself some time off. That could also be a possibility here. But yeah, I just see like there's not a lot of stress. It's very carefree. And the best part is, you know, you're taken care of. You're good. You're happy with where you're at. There does seem to be some kinds of like a pause in this area, but maybe it's a pause you're giving yourself, you know. You're resting. You're still deciding what you want to commit to, what direction you want to go in next. You're taking a break, or it's just that what you do is so easy for you, comes so naturally to you, you love it, you consider it a hobby, that it doesn't feel like work. And you're just working smarter now, not harder. And again, we talked about, you know, like you're cultivating your masculine side, your masculine energy. So maybe you always felt like you weren't enough, you weren't good enough, or you worked too hard to like prove your worth and how valuable you were. But it's like you're even overcoming that, you know? You don't have to prove anything to anyone. It's like you're inherently just valuable and you're just like sitting pretty, you know, knowing your worth and knowing what you bring without having to like bend over backwards to prove it, you know? Okay, so let's finish the reading off with some oracle cards really quickly. I'm using my homemade oracle deck. So let's see. This is advice from Spirit, by the way. So we're pulling advice from Spirit using my oracle deck that I made. So let's see. Any advice, any further advice from Spirit? More time. Just give it more time, which we already know. We keep seeing that, you know, with these two cards right here. You're in process. You know this is taking some time. Yeah, Spirit is saying like you're not a finished product. You're a work in progress. I think you know that. I love you. My son made that one. He's so cute. So the advice from Spirit is that they love you. You're doing great. They are with you, supporting you. You're going to have people around you that really love you too. Like if you don't already, those are the kind of people that are coming in, but you could very well like already have really good people in your life that really love you and support you, and you're loved. You know, Spirit is just saying, no worries, you're loved. I love you. Well, that was unexpected. I feel like something might come in unexpectedly, you know, because I was also getting that feeling in your reading, like you're so focused on yourself, and you being so focused on yourself is ironically like what's gonna attract great people in your life. So it's like you're not looking for it. There's a strong self-focus, and then bam, you know, you have soul fam that truly love you. So yeah, if you don't have this yet, I would say that it's coming. You're on your way to it. Definitely, definitely. You're coming into some really beautiful times. I feel like you're going to meet people unexpectedly, or the way things happen might be unexpected. You might be very surprised. I think you might appreciate that energy. With this card here, you like thrill. You might like the thrill, the surprise, the ooh factor, What a lovely surprise. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have don't assume anything. So I felt called to show that to you. So yeah, that's just another piece of advice from Spirit. They're saying don't assume anything. Better than assuming is just asking, just be direct. And again, with that masculine energy of like being direct and standing up for yourself and speaking up and just asking and not, assuming anything. No trying to read between the lines, just like be very forward, blunt, matter of fact. If you need to, if there's something that you need to know, it's better to just ask and be clear than to make up scenarios and stories and assume, So yeah, Spirit is just telling you like right now is not the time to assume. I see surprises coming in for you, lots of love, and just give it more time. You're in process, which is just amazing. I'm so happy that I was able to give you this message today. I truly hope these messages have served you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope to be able to read for you again. Remember, guys, I also do offer personal readings. I'll leave my email in the description box below so you can feel free to contact me if you'd like the details on that. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye. Hey guys, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3 or Thumpkin the Pumpkin. Today we are going to be doing a reading on what's next. What can you expect next in general, in love, friendships, relationships, and in the financial, career, job space. We're going to be taking a look. I am recording this reading in the fall of 2023. So if you are watching when I release it, you can take it as what's next for the rest of the year, what's next for the fall season. But regardless of what point in time you're finding yourself here, my readings are timeless. So if you come across it at any other point in time, you can just take it as what's next within the next 3 to 4 months. So with that being said, I am going to pull a few cards to take a look at your energy. I've been liking doing this little energy check-in because it gives you the opportunity to kind of see if it's picking up on your energy, if you resonate with it, and then you can make the choice whether or not you want to continue listening to this reading. So if it resonates, this portion of the reading where I'm going to be describing your energy, tapping into what you may be currently going through right now, or just describe something about you or your situation, and it resonates, then that's a pretty good sign that this reading is for you. Okay, so let's see. This has become my favorite part of the reading. I'm probably going to start incorporating it more often. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pull on your energy, my viewer. Let's see what comes up. Well, we got 3 cards for you, which is new because for the other groups, we got just 2 of them. But for you guys, we have 3. And you guys are the third group, and we have the 3rd house. So let's see. So I am seeing Pisces energy, Cancer energy, as well as Gemini energy. So right off the bat, I'm getting that you guys are really focused right now on being very close with your family members, those people that you grew up with, your parents, if you have any children, your children, as well as the people that you grew up with or the people that you see every single day, your neighbors, your siblings coming through really strong in this energy. And yeah, I just feel like the dynamic here, the relationship, the way that you guys communicate could be just very soft and loving and open. Maybe you guys are going through some kinds of a loss. And it's kind of like you have people that are going through this loss with you. And right now you guys are kind of sticking together, sticking through, supporting each other through whatever situation this might be. I'm definitely going to pull more cards to get more specific, but I don't know. It could be like that you guys are experiencing a loss, or you guys are experiencing some kinds of hardship, some kind of recovery period. And it's happening within the people closest to you, the people that you live with, that you live around, that you see, talk to frequently. It's something that's happening very close to home. And I'm not getting that it's like something like soft and fluffy and fun, like a big cuddle puddle. You know, I'm getting that this is like we're going through something difficult together, and we're all here holding each other and supporting each other in the best way that we can. We're talking, we're communicating, and just trying to like navigate through something that may have been difficult, but there is very like open energy here, receptive energy, compassionate energy. So everyone just does seem to be handling it in a harmonious way. So let's see what else comes up for your energy. Maybe there was like some kind of argument, some kind of fight, and now you guys are coming back together, reuniting, talking it out, finding forgiveness, coming clean about something that may have been hidden. So yeah, I just see a lot of truth, a lot of honesty, a lot of receptivity and openness to resolve something, to resolve a conflict, and like the want to do that. There's like a desire and a deep want to make things better, want to fix things, and you know, not wanting to lie anymore or keep secrets, and just lay everything out on the table so that everyone understands where everyone was coming from. And so everyone kind of like can just get each other, and can assume their roles and can be supportive towards each other and can know how to do that effectively. There's definitely like strong energy as it pertains to like forgiveness and compassion and just unconditional love. Okay, so that's your energy. So if that resonates, we are going to be moving on now to what's next. What could be coming up next for you, generally speaking? What could be coming next for you? I'll do one more card, and then I will adjust these cards so you guys can see them better. So generally speaking, what can we expect? Okay. So what's coming up next? I feel like wherever there was any confusion, going back and forth, maybe being indecisive about something, you're gonna get clarity, because I do see that there is a lot of communication happening, a lot of information kind of being passed through, being communicated. So I think it's definitely gonna ease, that position that you're in right now, where you're just like unsure, where you think you know something, or you think you know how you feel about something, or, you're not sure, but then you are sure, but then, am I perceiving this right? I feel like there is something here that you didn't know, you didn't see, you weren't getting the full picture on. And now with the communications that are being had, you're finally going to be able to see something with more clarity, to see something from a higher perspective, and you're finally just going to get the truth. You're going to get the truth about something. It could be that you were worried about like how other people were going to feel, or if you were going to be able to find a resolution, if you were going to get to this place with these people where you could, express yourself or open up or ask questions, have these kinds of very open conversations. But I think you are going to feel really good about these conversations when they happen, because it's going to provide to you so much clarity. I feel like everything that's being said is going to be taken in a very harmonious way. Like everyone is going to be very understanding. The communication is going to be very clear. I feel like everyone is just very careful with their communication, with how they're coming off, just being very compassionate, being very considerate of one another. And I think this energy is just really going to show. It's like, wow, just the nature of how we're communicating and how we're handling these things, and, how divinely it's all being done amongst us. It's like that's going to be enough proof that you need about these people. I feel like if you had any doubt, you're going to see like there was no reason to have any doubt. And all of that time that you spent worrying, you're going to see like, oh, it's safe here. You know, you're going to feel safe. You're really going to feel connected and like a part of them. And you're going to see like that never left. That was always there. Because maybe you thought like, is this connection still here? Or did they throw me away? Did they throw me out? So I don't know, maybe there was some kind of falling out, because I do see that energy that there could have been some kind of falling out. And maybe, you know, things got a little chaotic, got a little crazy. Maybe there was some distance. There was a lot of kind of not communicating directly, clearly. So the energy was all muddled and confusing, and everyone might have been assuming and trying to like gauge what was happening like on an energetic level without directly speaking to one another. So there was a lot of confusion and a lot of like going back and forth. But now with this clear, direct communication that's happening, this face-to-face, this, you know, one-on-one, or this, you know, talk, this group talk that I'm seeing here, these conversations that are happening, these connections, there's like also like a level of respect. It's like you're just gonna know something. It's all gonna become clear. It's all gonna make sense just by the things that you guys are saying to each other, and the regard that exists between one another, the respect, the amount of consideration that you guys have, and how important this is for everyone to feel safe and to feel, you know, protected, and like you're a part of it. Like you all just want to feel like you're a part of each other. Like everyone can feel like they belong in this group. Everyone has each other's back. And, you know, you're always going to try to figure out the best way to handle things, the best, most honest way to make sure that you're getting that message across of like, we love you, we have your back, your family, no matter what, you know, no matter what, we can get through things. We're here with you. We're all here for each other. We're all walking each other home. You know, we're all supporting each other. You can call me whenever, you know, like that sort of thing. Just being very supportive, I think. So it is going to ease your mind, and it's going to show you something. It's going to prove something, you know, having this direct communication. It's like just what needed to happen, because now there's no room for like trying to make up worst case scenarios in your head and worry, and then like make those stories bigger in your head, and then see from that lens, experience from that perspective, even if it's not even happening, because welcome to the power of our minds, right? So yeah, I think like wherever you were worried that the love was gone, the love wasn't there, that, you know, maybe people have forgotten about you, or, you know, people are ignoring you, you feel maybe left out, overlooked in some way. I'm seeing that now you're like seeing that you don't have to feel that way anymore, because now you're getting the proof that you need that that isn't the case, and these people actually do really love you. And maybe you were just trying to fill in the blanks, you know, and worrying and having anxiety over something. So yeah, definitely very, very healing. This is beautiful energy. I'm so happy. This is like very healing energy, like talks that need to be had to clear the air, to just get everyone just harmonious again, on good terms, on speaking terms, just being able to coexist, you know? Okay, so let's see what's coming up when it comes to love, friendships, relationships, familial relationships. I'm leaving it open. Just whatever wants to come through. What can you expect next in this department? What's coming next? I think there are going to be some words. Again, this could be in your home life, the people you live with, the people that you share a home with, or it could be with a spouse, but definitely someone you live with. If it's not your own mother, you know, that you're living with, a parent, a provider, then it's a spouse. This is how I'm seeing it here, but again, there is a lot of Gemini energy, and Gemini speaks of like community, neighbors, siblings. So maybe if it's a sibling, it could be like a feminine energy that could potentially live with you, that has a good paying job, is financially stable, is earthy, like is an earth sign, could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be. But yeah, I don't know if this is the person in particular that you're having trouble with or that you could be having trouble with. Because I do see some spicy words being thrown out. There could be some disagreements, some arguments, people calling each other out. Just not the best of communication here within this specific dynamic. There is a lot of love here, though. It's just, I think your wires are getting a bit crossed with how you communicate with each other. I think you guys could be very triggering to each other, very clumsy with your words and how you speak to each other. I don't see anything major, but it just could cause a little bit of a abrupt, chaotic discussion, or, you know, maybe a lot of arguments. But again, I'm seeing like whoever this argumentative energy is, they seem to be very immature. They seem to think they know more than they do, and they don't really know a lot. So it's kind of like elementary, you know, like one person here is like, I feel much older or just much more mature, experienced in some way when you're comparing it to the other person. The other person, maybe this person that kind of might have diarrhea of the mouth, or like they're just kind of careless with their words, and they can be very combative and argumentative. This person is much younger and less experienced, and they don't really know. Like, they don't have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. I feel like, again, it's kind of like you guys are on different levels when it comes to understanding something. And so that's why someone in this situation is like unbothered, you know, because they can see above it. They can see above it. And so they're just like, oh, like, I'm not even gonna give this too much time or energy. I'm not going to engage with this too much. Where someone else is maybe always trying to like debate or like go against something, have a very limited understanding about something, and then they're trying to bring that to some kind of argument or to try to make some kind of point, but it is being done like sloppily and not with the best intentions. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I think someone here is just, they don't have the full picture yet, I don't think. They're not seeing something clearly. I feel like this person's energy could be like kind of like all over the place, where maybe they're the type of person like they listen to a lot of people, and so they don't really know like what to really grasp. Like, they just have so many voices, so many opinions, so much in their head and their brain that they're not really like settled within themselves. So they do have like this disruptive, chaotic energy within themselves. And I think this person just really has to work on themselves. Like, this person has some kind of chaotic energy inside of them that they're like projecting outward instead of looking within and trying to like regulate themselves from the inside. And maybe this is the type of person that like always wants to get in the last word. They always like want to win the argument, want to win the debate. But yeah, I think this person is just, they're still growing up, you know? So maybe the advice here is to just have compassion for this person. This could even be like a teenager you're dealing with, a child, someone that's stubborn and that's growing up and that's a little sassy, and you have to have a lot of patience for this person. They're still growing, they're still learning, they're still evolving. And maybe that's why they still take low blows, or they try to like sneak diss you, you know what I mean? Or like kind of like hit you below the belt, or try to hit you where it hurts, you know? And so maybe it's just like, you know, that this person isn't grown yet, or, you know, if they are grown, then this person just like got stunted. This person's development at some point was stunted. And I think you can like see that really clearly about this person, and maybe this is what gives you patience. But I think you definitely are like allowing someone the space to grow more into themselves and to become more mature, to become more stable within themselves, more self-assured, just like more solid, you know? Not this super like turbulent, chaotic, disruptive kind of an energy. I think you may have been through a lot with this person, but you have unconditional love for them at the same time. Like, you love them, especially if this is like your kid. or someone like from your family. You could be like this person's older sibling. You're gonna do what's right, you know? It's like, you know that you know more, that you're more mature, that you're more capable, you know, of like understanding what's happening. And so you're playing that part, you're playing that role, you're coming from that space of like, you have that responsibility. So yeah, it's basically being able to handle whatever BS this is that's coming through when it comes to like love, relationships, friendships, familial dynamics. What you can expect is just being able to stay cool, calm, and collected in your role, in your position. You're not going to move backwards. You know that whoever this is, they're expected to reach you, to meet you, to, evolve and grow to where you're at. And so I feel like whatever this is that this person could be communicating to you, saying to you, whatever energy this is that this person is throwing at you, it's like you're unbothered, because this person, like what they say doesn't really like bother you. It doesn't matter to you. Like, you're not looking for this person's validation. It's almost like you can see very clearly that this person is kind of elementary compared to you. And that's not like in a way to belittle anyone or look down on anyone. It's just from like a level of understanding what's up, and giving it space to like play itself out, and kind of remaining like unbothered and cool and grounded, and like your role, and who you are in this situation, and how you'd like to continue to uphold yourself in this situation and handle yourself in this situation, because you know that you have like the higher perspective. So yeah, that's very interesting. It's gonna depend like who you are in this scenario, like how it's gonna resonate, because you could be the person that is supportive of someone that isn't sure of your love and your support. Or this could be your energy, it could be, I don't know, like, are you the one that's talking a little bit crazy, coming at people, debating, wanting to argue? So it just depends who you are in this scenario. Maybe you're going to see your behavior, like if this is your behavior, you're going to see that you were doing this, and maybe you're getting yourself to like a way better place now, where you're more confident within yourself, more regulated, more like present in your life, where you're not really giving in to this energy, this very like disruptive, chaotic mental energy. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for you as it pertains to finances, job, career. What can you expect in that department? Okay, so this is amazing energy actually for finances, career, job. I just see you working, working, doing what you got to do, sticking to a routine, to a schedule, just staying disciplined, and definitely getting money, maybe saving some money, working towards a goal. You could have like a financial goal you're working towards. You could be building up a bank account, savings account, have a specific goal of money you want to have like saved up, and just staying very focused and getting to your goal. You have a lot of like willpower and like strong energy being directed towards this goal of just wanting to put in the work, make it happen. You're coming through like with a very determined energy, like you're on fire, and no one can mess with your focus, can mess with your energy. Yeah, so I feel like you're definitely this energy here. I wasn't sure. I mean, it depends, obviously how this reading is resonating for you. But for the majority of you guys, you are like this really strong energy that's calm, cool, collected, very sure of themselves, that like has it together, is very comfortable with what you have going for yourself, and with where you're at. You do feel like very successful. You could be dealing with some kind of dynamic here with a child, with a sibling, with a spouse, with a mother. I think you live with this person. I think this person could be confused. They're a little confused with what they know, with how they're perceiving the situation. This person seems to be very disruptive in their mental space. This person does seem to carry like a very disruptive and chaotic energy, like mental energy to them. They don't have like the capacity to like intellectually understand how they're coming across, or like maybe they don't have a self-awareness about them. And so maybe it causes this person to be like very argumentative, or like they say things that are mean or cutting, or trying to like get a reaction out of you, or trying to bring you down in some way, or they could just be very reckless and not really care about the words that they're saying, you know? And so it might be taking a lot from your energy to like deal with this, but you're handling it so well. I feel like you are giving this person good advice. The way that you're handling it is correct. You're handling it in a very high vibrational way. I think you're doing a very good job. And maybe you think like that your efforts are going unnoticed, or it's, you know, you're doing all of this and maybe it's going in, you know, one ear and out the other, and this person really isn't paying attention or isn't listening to you, or they're really not getting influenced by you at all. But I think that you do have hope that this person can heal and they can get better, and that they will mature and they will grow up, and that they will be able to be more regulated. You know, I feel like that is definitely your goal, to like tell them the right things, to like guide them in the right direction, to give them really good advice, maybe to recommend certain books, or maybe to recommend certain like teachings or beliefs, concepts, through how you talk to this person, through how you communicate with them, even through how you live your life, just through being an example. This person is meant to learn from you, and you're being very patient with them. Like, you're just letting this kind of go through whatever process it needs to go through, and you're just hoping for the best in this situation. You're trying to provide clarity wherever you can, but it takes two to tango, you know? And you can't force someone's progression or development. So good job. I think you're doing great for these circumstances, because it doesn't seem to be the easiest of circumstances, but you are trying to provide clarity wherever necessary and wherever possible, and you are trying to like stay very calm, cool, collected. You're trying to be like the adult, you know, lead by example, continue to be nurturing, and just continue to live to a higher standard. Like, you have a very high standard for yourself, and it's really coming through. It's really showing with how you are choosing to handle and navigate through this situation. You are a very strong person, and you're doing an amazing job at protecting your energy and staying very grounded and not letting anyone kind of like shake you, you know, not letting the situation rattle you. Financially, you seem to be doing great. You seem to be reaching your goal. If you have some kind of financial goal, or, you know, some plan, like a 10-year plan, or some business accomplishments that you're trying to reach, you know, put a down payment on a house, like whatever your goal is, I see that actualizing. I see you being successful. And it's because of your dedication, your hard work, your effort, and your like power inside, you know, to do it, to get it done, to make it happen, and your ability to stay consistent. You're definitely building something, growing something, moving on to the next step. So this seems to be like very good energy. You're handling your material world in an amazing way. You seem to like have mastered it, honestly. Like, I'm seeing mastery. Like, you've mastered the material world in some way. You know how to grow things, how to cultivate things. You know how to have abundance, how to just be well maintained, well kept. And aside from that, you also have like this confidence to you. You're not going to let, you know, the outside world or anything external to you influence your inner peace, or, you know, try to define you in any way, or try to tell you something about who you are, because I feel like you might have all of these like crazy things being said to you, you know, and you're just like not going to let any of that penetrate you. It's like you're like, I know that I'm none of those things. I know that that is not mine to carry. That is all just being projected to me. That energy does not define me. That is not who I am. I know who I am. I am solid. I am stable in what I am and who I am and what I'm doing, how I live. You know, like, you're definitely the one with the higher perspective here. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm sorry you have to be dealing with whatever this is. We're going to pull some oracle cards from my homemade oracle deck, just to get like some final advice from spirit, some final advice for what's coming up next. We got you look perfect and distorted. Yeah, I feel like you're seeing that the view is distorted on someone's part, on someone's end. They're confused, they're not seeing things clearly, and you can see that. You can see it clearly. And so that's like how you're staying above it. And you look perfect. So if you, for whatever reason, you think that you look anything less than perfect, this is your reminder and your confirmation that you look amazing. Or in these coming months, you're gonna feel like you look perfect. You know, maybe if you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see, this is a distorted view that you have of yourself, and you're gonna learn to like really be more comfortable and confident with your reflection and with who you are. Oh my gosh, look at this. You are perfect and secrets. So my son actually saw me making this card, and then he like kind of got inspired. That's why they're so close. But both of the cards that I have saying, you know, that you're perfect just the way you are, and you know, you don't need to make any changes to yourself in any way, in any capacity. You know, this is spirit reminding you like whatever is being thrown your way is a distorted view of you. It has nothing to do with you. It's a projection. It has everything to do with whoever is doing this. Whoever is throwing this energy at you or trying to like, you know, cut you down in some way, they're the ones that need to like take a look in the mirror. They need to learn from you. You're the higher energy in this scenario, and you need to know that. Spirit is really confirming to you that you are perfect, you look perfect, you're on your path, you're doing great. Don't let these people penetrate you. Don't let these people influence you. And they're also letting you know that there are secrets. There are things in this situation that you are not aware of that are playing a role here and adding to the confusion. Maybe this person is like on some kind of drugs. I feel like this person might like be altered, like something, and you might not know. And this is like why, you know, and this is what you guys really have to, like, you guys have to get to the bottom of like, where is this energy coming from? Because it seems like it's someone that's very close to you that you have to deal with like on an everyday basis because they could have lived with you, you know? And maybe you guys are just kind of, I don't know, working through this, working this out. I mean, look at this. This just flew out of the deck right now. Altered state of mind. Like someone is not even like fully there. There might be a drug problem, alcohol abuse, something here is being abused, and this is what's causing. I feel like this is where it's coming from, and I feel like it's gonna come out. Like you're gonna find out, and then maybe you're gonna know how to help this person, like once you know exactly what it is like that you're dealing with. Anything else for pile number 3, Spirit, before we wrap this up? Yeah, the situation is healing. And at the bottom of the deck, it's cleanse your energy. And then we have do your best, which I feel like you are doing. I feel like the situation is a work in progress. It's healing. You're on your way. It might be like a slow process, like where you're feeling like, is this working? Is anything changing? But I think it is. I think you're going to find, you know, healing in this situation. There is going to be progress. You're going to be able to pinpoint and see exactly where this person is lacking. Like, what's the culprit? Like, what's the core? Like, you're going to get to the core of this issue, and you're going to work together with them to get better, to get themselves out of this, to like have better actions, create like a treatment plan, to get their focus on something else, you know, to put their focus on healing, on getting better, on progressing, and to helping them like align to that and like guide them in that direction, and to want that for themselves, to see why that's important, and to like get them clean. It must be difficult for you being around a situation like this, so Spirit wants you to cleanse your energy, maybe regularly. You can do this with sage, with incense. You can do this by opening the windows of your house just to get like some natural airflow going, opening the front door. You can also do this with salt water. You can take like a salt water spiritual bath or a shower. Another really cleansing tool that I love to use is Florida water. You can also use crystals. to kind of protect your energy and the space. I say darker crystals are like the protective kinds of energies. But I think selenite is very cleansing, but definitely cleanse your energy, but also take like necessary precautions and protect your energy. Because I do see you being very like open and loving and compassionate. And so maybe you're a little bit more like open and vulnerable to like negative energy coming at you. So make sure you're doing something to cleanse your energy, continue to protect your energy, stay in your power, stay on your throne, understand that there's nothing wrong with you. There are secrets still here. I think it has to do with an addiction, drugs, something. It's gonna come out so that you know how to help this person. Okay, I'm wishing you so much luck, so much love. You got this. I hope these messages here have helped you, have given you some kind of clarity or guidance that you needed. Remember that I do also offer personal readings if you would like to dive deeper into your specific situation. I'll leave my information in the description box below if you're interested. I'll be so happy to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching and for being here with me today and allowing me to read your cards for you. I look forward to doing it again soon. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye.